Hey, IDS-410, welcome. Expected y'all in my classroom. No, I got caught up teaching some English literature today in high school. So fun. But of course, I wanted to welcome you to the class. If you haven't seen, I don't like all this ceiling here. I'm into cinematography. Anyways, I wanted to introduce myself. There is a Meet My Instructor announcement in the homepage of the course, and please check that out, learn a little about me if you'd like. One thing I want to emphasize though is I'm accessible, okay? You can set up calls with me. Please do so. This is a course that's probably going to be different from anything you've had. It's a 400 level course. It can be intense. Don't be scared. The only students that don't pass this course are the ones that don't do the work. And it's usually maybe one or two in each class. I don't expect any in this class at all. But I understand when life gets in the way, it happens. Okay, I didn't go to college till I was 52. So, you know, sometimes you got to take 34 gap years, right, after high school. So anyways, set up a call with me if I could be of any assistance. It's so important to get a good start in this class, okay? And I want to remind you the name of the course, Problem Solving for Social Change. I want to emphasize the second word. You'll hear me say the second word, which is solving, problem solving, okay? It's not about problem identifying, problem analysis, problem consideration. It's about problem solving. And I'm going to post this link in case you haven't seen it. It's a welcome to IDS-410 put out by Southern New Hampshire. And I think it's good because there's actually a point in there where you can see they're talking about, this is a 2.5 minute, 3 minute video, talking about putting together what you've learned in an interdisciplinary sense. I'm an interdisciplinarian. We seek to integrate knowledge, okay? And multidisciplinary has different disciplines, disciplines being subjects, right? Math, science, history, English, subjects. But interdisciplinary integrates those things. That's the difference that interdisciplinary does over just multidisciplinary, okay? So in this welcome video in module 1, you're going to select a topic. I think, well, no, you're going to describe a social issue. Let's see. In the case study you selected, here we go. One thing I want to emphasize right off the bat is this old bumper sticker we used to see. It said, think globally, act locally. Okay, so when you're considering a topic, a problem for solving, and by solving, I'm going to actually stretch that to be mitigating, to making a difference in a small scale. Okay, about a year ago, I had a student propose to solve the war between Israel and Gaza. I said, no, you can't do that. As you can see, nobody's been able to do that, right? We're not taking on these giant problems. Bigger is not better in this course, okay? Bigger is bad. Bigger is badder, okay? Less is more. Solving local things, okay? I'll give you some ideas on how to do that. But look around your community is usually where we start, okay? I don't want to really see anything global, anything national, even statewide. It's difficult to identify the different dynamics of a problem. Sticking to a neighborhood or city is the way to go, all right? For example, I had somebody talking about they selected organic farming. Well, first of all, organic farming is not a problem, right? But what we did is we moved that into he looked for a open lot that he could propose leasing from the city, getting support to do that, turning it into a community garden, going to a city center nearby and having a community center and having courses on organic gardening that are free to the public, okay? These are problems that can be solved, problems like food deserts, things like that, locally, okay? Someone wanted to take on literacy. Okay, what we did is, and again, you don't have to actually do these things, but if pressed, you know you could do them, right? Okay, so somebody did a literacy thing and actually just set up one of those corner libraries, right? Proposed to do that. I've had students restart an LGBTQ plus club at a high school where the leader of that had left to go to a different school, and put together. I've had students put together PowerPoints to show how to add something. Now, we got to be realistic. You can't go into school systems and expect them to take on new classes, new courses. Have you seen that lately? So we're going to be thinking outside the box and be innovative here, all right? And this is where I am willing to help. I'm ready to go. I'm not an expert in everything, but I am an expert, I believe, in determining how to identify the problem, how to research. Because research in this course, in university level, is not about how we all research a new car, we research a trip to Europe. That's great research. But in university, when you see campuses, campi around the country, they always have these engineering research buildings, science, biology research buildings. Those are built on actually research. Real research is adding knowledge to the body of knowledge in that field. So I can akin to adding a teaspoon of water into an ocean. You're still adding something. Okay, and that's what real research does. So we're going to be taking a look at all those things. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, set up a call with me. I'm available so much it's ridiculous. I have no life. I'm a high school substitute. No, so I'm looking forward to working with you all. Please go through each page of the modules. Module 1 is pretty self-explanatory, okay? You're going to describe a social issue related to sustainability, social justice, or civic responsibility. Take them on. I'm going to let you know if you're too generic. If you're too general, too cliche, we're going to take it way down, okay? And if you can't think of how to do that, again, I'm looking to have you start this course. You might be saying, what the H-E double hockey sticks is this guy talking about, okay? Well, by the end of the class, I would like for it to hear you say, you know, boom, paradigm shift. I see things a little differently now in terms of problem solving, connecting academia with real life, and in terms of critical thinking and solving problems that we're faced with. It's an exciting thing to do. Again, this is a 400 level course. This is your typical senior level course in college. It usually requires, you can look at studies, between 110 and 130 hours of invested time over a session to be successful. Whether that session is 8 weeks, 4 weeks, or 15 weeks, that 120 hours kind of goes through. So think of it that way, and if you can't just not put any time into it, it's not automatic. This is not automatic pilot. And but I'm sure you'll be rewarded for getting this done. You'll feel better about that, right? I definitely want to keep this under 10 minutes. I don't always do videos every week, but to introduce myself and to emphasize, what did I say? I'm happy to take calls, set up calls with me. I am in Phoenix, Arizona. We are currently on Pacific time, but I think starting next week when daylight saving time ends around the country, or begins, I guess, we're gonna everybody moves, but we stay the same. So that means we actually move. You all stay the same. You just move your clocks. We have to move our lives, and now I'll become mountain time. So then I'll be an hour ahead of Pacific time, an hour behind Central time, and 2 hours behind Eastern time. So let's make sure we get that right as we set up calls and things. And I have availability all during the day, okay, and evening and such. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will, I turned the fan on. I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Thanks, peace.